Hey guys, and welcome back to Mulberry Branch Farm. It's Ashley here with you again, and today we're going to be planting things I should have planted a while ago. Yeah, it's definitely not normal to be planting bulbs in mid-January here in East Central Indiana, but I forgot about these bulbs. I was doing some cleaning last week in my house, in my craft room, and came across a big bag full of crocus bulbs, tulips, and muscari bulbs. And I really want to get these planted before springtime, and the reason for that being is crocus are one of the earliest blooming flowers in our area. Early blooming bulbs might not be big news to you or me, but to the bees, it makes a huge difference. It's those early bloomers that make or break the beginning of the season for bees. They're their early food sources. When the weather finally starts to warm up after the winter months, those bees wake up, come out of their hives, out of their colonies, and are hungry. So I bought a lot of extra crocus this year to supplement the bees in my area and more directly to support our 2 existing hives in our backyard. While it's certainly not warm enough yet for them to be out and active, I did go down to visit my hives today to listen to see if I could hear that familiar hum that's really reassuring at this point in the winter, because that hum is what tells you that your hive is actually still alive. They're all huddled and clustered inside of your hive, and they're keeping each other warm. Now I did notice that the CC hive was humming a lot louder than my Buckeye hive. Even if it is not as loud as the CC hive, there's still a hum. Elmo, come on. The reason I'm going to be planting in this specific flower bed is because it is south facing. So it tends to be warmer, and the flowers tend to pop up and bloom here quicker because they're getting all that extra sunlight and warmth, whereas my north facing or my west facing flower beds aren't getting that much sun around this time of year, and it's not adequate enough sun really to those bulbs to bloom. Now I just have to get the tools to plant these bulbs. So why am I using this to plant bulbs? Good question. I actually got gifted a rapid planter auger bit that goes onto your drill that's specifically for planting bulbs. I got that off Amazon. I'll share that link down in the description below, but it is an affiliate link, which means I might get a commission from it if you decide to use it at no extra cost to you. So let's go ahead and see if this is worth the money. You guys can see this has got a pretty nice diameter on it, so I'm really hoping this will make my bulb planting a lot easier. But mind you, it probably would have been a lot easier in the fall time when our soil was actually still pretty loose and warm, while now it's cold and not going to be that easy to dig into. I forgot about these early bloomers, hyacinths, and they smell amazing too. All right, so I was able to get most of those bulbs planted. I would say the only bad thing about using this is it can get tangled up in your debris if you don't clean out your flower beds in the fall time, like some people do. I like to leave all of the last year's growth for mulch to keep and incubate a lot of those bulbs and growth underneath of the soil. I usually don't clean out my flower beds until early spring, once I know that the soil's starting to warm up and my spring bulbs are already starting to bloom. So the one bad thing about that was the debris that this auger can kind of catch and bog down. The second is when your battery runs out, you kind of got to stop. So I was getting into a good groove and the battery died. And if you don't have 2 batteries for your drill, you're gonna have to wait for your existing battery to charge all the way. Some drills it's fast, some drills it's not. So kind of just depends what you've got going on there. And I know these never wear out. ever. Or do they? So overall, I really like this. It's perfect for small and big bulbs, and you can go down to about 6 to 7 inches into the ground. Now, the only thing with that is if you're planning on a day where, kind of like I am, where the soil's not all that warm, it's still got a little bit of resistance and not as much give, it'll probably wear your battery out a lot quicker. Not to mention it's going to bog down and it probably won't go. It'll probably bind your drill, and that's really not good for the mechanisms in your drill, and it makes the battery die quicker because it's more strenuous. So this would probably be really, really good in the fall when everybody else does their bulb planting. But seeing how I kind of forgot, we're just making do with what we can, because I need to make sure that my bee friends down there are going to have enough flowers in bloom when the temperature here finally starts rising. So with that being said, I hope you learned from my mistake. I've got to go in, get the other battery for this drill, finish up with all of these bulbs, and hopefully in the springtime I'll be able to bring you all along when the bees wake up, and I'll get some great footage of the bees on the crocus, the tulip, muscari. Oh, hyacinths. I had hyacinths in there too. Isn't that great? So I'm really excited to see those come up in the spring. And I don't have any rhyme or rhythm when I'm planting those bulbs. I just kind of put the taller ones towards the back of my bed and build them up in height so that it kind of cascades. I don't really color coordinate or anything like that. I just like it to be a surprise, and quite frankly, it's cold out here and I want to just get it done. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope that you'll check this out on Amazon. Use my affiliate link down below. Remember, I'll probably get a commission for it if you buy one of these, but it's no extra cost to you, and it helps our channel out. It goes towards feeding the animals and getting new bulbs for next year. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm glad you spent your time with us here on Mulberry Branch Farm. If you liked what you saw at any point during the video, make sure you let us know. Drop us a like, leave us a comment, and subscribe. But until next time, make sure that you're being kind to one another out there and staying healthy. Bye, guys. It's those early blooming bulbs that... Elmo, come on. Ooh.